Many couples stress about finding the right person to keep the atmosphere of a great party at their wedding reception, keep the party going, and ensure that their special day is truly special.
Yes, there are many mistakes that couples always dive into without knowing.
Well, if that is you, then do not be afraid, because today on Your Perfect Wedding podcast with Chapnik from Chapnik Pictures, we are talking to Chana Brazil.
Defining my job for me is the beginning of failure because you want to control everything. I'm the MC. I work up a plan and let's validate it together.
A seasoned MC with a flair for drama and a passion for making weddings truly unforgettable.
Actuality, they say, is a soul of business as well as the politeness of prince.
He will be sharing with us his expert insight on what makes a great wedding MC, how to avoid common mistakes, and also a sneak peek into his acting career. So there are chapters in the description below, so you can skip to whatever part of the conversation that you want, anyhow that you want. So let's go.
There are things that define an MC. The very first is
It's black and white. It's black and white.
Thank you for accepting our invitation to be on the show.
it's a great pleasure to be on this platform.
Voilà. So we might know Chana, but maybe there are some people out there who don't really know who Chana is. So Chana, please tell us. Who is
Yeah.
Chana.
My name is Chana Brazil. I'm an actor, event host. Also, I'm a director. And I'm a marketing manager with ICE Automobile
Okay.
in Yaoundé.
All right. But inside, this is a wedding program. It's called Your Perfect Wedding. So I don't know where wedding enters into all of that. So
Yeah, definitely. Wedding comes in at the point where I call myself an MC. Yeah, because I as an MC, I've done so many events, including birthdays, including premieres, movie premieres, weddings, and conferences, and so many seminars. So I think we should talk about the wedding part of me. Yeah.
yeah. So how many wedding? In fact, so you are an MC, right? An MC for weddings and all of that. So how many weddings have you done already?
I can't really keep count to all the events I've done, but perfectly, I may say
You have
8
been-
and plus.
You have been doing it for how long?
I've been doing it for like since 2018.
2018.
Yeah,
So that's probably, like, if my maths is right, probably
like 6 years.
6 years. That is almost half a decade. So
Yeah,
that's something. And you say you have done about how many weddings already?
like 8 and counting.
And counting. So that's really good. So when do you kind of remember the first your first wedding you ever did?
Yeah, my first wedding was that of a very close friend. Now we sat in the house and we were contemplating who's gonna do this, and they all said, "Chana, you are an MC now." I said, "Yes, I've never done a wedding before." They said, "Yes, you can do it. You've done movie premieres, you've done seminars and conferences. So why don't you think of doing my wedding?" I said, "Okay, you want to trust me with it?" She said, "Yes, I'm trusting you. We are trusting you." That's how I got myself on the very first wedding.
Yeah, did you like it?
It was an awesome experience because it's something I never did before. So doing it was very, very like, let me brace myself up for this and get the experience.
Okay.
So I got the experience. It was like, I need another experience. But it was beautiful though.
Okay. So, well, I guess you have been doing a lot of events. Do you see are there like any differences or similarities from the other events that you do compared to weddings?
Well, I would say they are not much different except of the traditional setting of every event. But as an MC, the skills you carry cuts across every event. The key definition of an MC cuts across every event. So once you call yourself a professional MC, you can do every event.
Okay. Well, I guess, if you're a professional, right? And since here we are talking a lot about weddings, because one of the objectives of this show actually is to talk to brides, to talk to, to be able to give them the possibility from hearing from all of these professionals, all these wedding professionals, so that they can plan your perfect wedding, just like the name says. So maybe are there some mistakes that you see brides? Are there some mistakes that you see brides, or let's say people preparing their wedding, that they commonly fall into, which they should be avoiding?
Yes, there are many mistakes that couples always dive into without knowing. And I think the very first is they want to do everything by themselves. It's a shock.
How do you mean?
You know, some couples want to be involved in everything. Yeah, it is true you have to be involved because it's your wedding. You want it to be very perfect, but there is a need to employ people to take care of every department and to trust them. Just the aspect of you thinking, I want to do everything by myself, already kills that event.
Okay. Yeah, I think like for one of my tip Tuesdays, which I think this is probably going to be one of the things for tip Tuesdays, which I put on my Instagram and everything. One of the very first tip I ever put out was for them to invest in a good wedding planner. Right?
Yeah.
So because you want your wedding to be stress-free. So if you really need, if your sanity and your freedom of mind on that day is paramount to you, then probably you should invest in a good wedding planner, which probably is going to get you a good MC. Of course, right?
That's true. That's very correct. Investing in a very good wedding planner, sometimes it's all about budget too. You know, couples have been limited by one important thing, budget. Yeah, getting your perfect wedding is to stay within the scope of your budget and get people appropriately and adequately engaged into your wedding plan. Now they will do the magic for you. And I believe second thing couples always neglect, and they neglect with the help of some of these wedding planners, MC.
Oh, really?
Yes, they feel like MCs are not that important. Not that important. Like I was talking to a couple, they were calling me from States, and they said, Chana, somebody linked us up with you so we could talk about our wedding. You know, we are trying to do something. My normal routine, I would be like, where's the wedding? Douala. Where precisely? They gave a hotel name. Everything. Okay, everything is fine. Okay, Chana, we just want you to come. You know, you don't have much to do. You know, your work is not that tedious. You just can just come in. You just spice it a little. That's all, you know. And I ask, who defines the job not to be tedious? And they said, you know, it's not just on smart, you know. And I'll be like, no, that's where you're failing. Defining my job for me is the beginning of failure. Your event can never go the way you want it because you want to control everything. I'm the MC. I work up a plan. I design how the night goes, how the party goes. I bring up to you and let's validate it together. Because every couple want to be involved in planning their perfect wedding because it's a memory they will live with all their lives.
Yeah, for sure.
So sometimes when the marriage want to crash, they'll be like, they go back to those memories. And the marriage they crash sooner because MC to help. MC maybe fix that night. But when you go back to like all the sweet memories of the night, everybody did everything appropriately, and it gives some of them the flair, the desire to stay in the wedding and in the marriage. And trust me, it keeps the marriage alive.
Yeah.
Memories, beautiful memories. So some people just neglect the aspect of the importance of a good MC, not only an MC, of a good professional MC.
Yeah, I get that. Well, I get that when, even though I would think that sometimes some couples want to like, they look around in the family and they're like, you used to talk plenty now. Come and be my MC.
Hey people, I wanted to take a brief break from this conversation, and I hope you're enjoying it just as much as I am. And there are two things I wanted to talk about. Firstly, did you know that 99% of the people that are watching this podcast on YouTube are not subscribed? Which is a high chance that you who is watching right now is not subscribed, but first, I really want to thank you, first of all, for watching the podcast in the first place. And number two, guys, hit the subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button, man. And it's gonna be really, really amazing. The second thing is, if you're a bride or a groom preparing your wedding and still looking for a team of professional photographers and videographers to cover your special day, I would like to encourage you to give us a call and let us have a chat. The Chapnik Pictures team here has over a decade of experience capturing from very intimate weddings to large and very chaotic ones. I'll make sure to put a link in the description so you can contact us on WhatsApp, so we can have a chat, see if we are a good fit for each other. Now, let's get back into that conversation.
And you're talking about the importance of getting a good MC.
Yeah, a professional one for that matter.
Professional one. So I think that even gets me into asking, so if a couple was looking for a good MC, what advice would you give them to look for in any MC that they're considering?
Well, it's all about personality and having the skills.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there are things that define an MC. Good communication skills, very good public speaking skill, and a very orderly person. A person who has a great sense of organization, and a person who has a little bit of humor. Yeah.
Are you one of these MCs who crack a lot of jokes?
I do not. I really do not crack jokes. But there is a way you relate with your people, and they feel the spice, they feel the beauty, and they get engaged into the event without necessarily being like a comedian of the night.
All right. So the person's personality, and then what else?
The skills. Your personality attached to the skills, and I think those two are very important.
Mm-hmm. No, are there like maybe any other, for example, should they be looking for a comedian?
That's one mistake many of our couples are making, mostly brides. They just want to turn the MC into a comedian, into a groomsman, into everything. But that is not it. If you want a comedian for the night, get a comedian. If you want an artist for the night, get an artist. If you want an MC for the night, get an MC. So now when you get everything in just one person, trust me, it's gonna crash. Because it is not easy being an artist, being an MC, being a comedian in just 2 hours, 3 hours. So always, they should know the importance of separating these things, because most people, one couple, I remember they asked me, Chana, I hope so if you crack joke, I hope so if you make people laugh. I told them, please, we have MP3, we have boy, we have senior pastor. There are lots of them you can call if you want to keep your people laughing all through the night. But if you want an MC, I have a list. If you don't want to get me, I have a list of people I'll recommend. If you think I'm not worth it, but I'll give you a list of people that will tell you the same thing I'm telling you.
Okay. Well, I guess that's something, right? If you are looking for comedians, well, look for comedians for your wedding. If you want your MC to be comedian, because I think some comedians as well are MCs as well.
That's true.
So, well, maybe that's a 2-in-1 already. But if you want a many-in-1,
now this thing it goes with what event you're organizing, the caliber of people you are entertaining. Trust me, you won't want we're doing a corporate event. You wouldn't want somebody who can speak the language of the people. So that is why we say, as an MC, you need to understand what MCing is all about. It's not just because you crack jokes that you think you can talk to people and they laugh makes you an MC. No. It's to be able to relate with your audience and let your audience relate with the event.
Okay. So do not be looking for a many-in-one.
Yes.
Look for a master of ceremony, the person who is going to master the ceremony.
That's the point. Now you get it.
All right. And then any other thing they should be looking out for?
I think to have your perfect wedding, they should understand the craft of freeing themselves from the stress of putting their hands into everything that happens. They should not get too engaged in every department. They should get people who are professional enough to get engaged in every department they can trust to handle their departments. This will put everything together and will make the job very easy and will give a very beautiful night. Because you will not need to watch out for who is carrying the wine there, who is doing this there. You just sit, relax, and you trust yourself. And trust me, many people do not understand the job of these particular people, the groomsmen and in fact the bridal trade. Many people do not. I don't know if it's the bridal trade or the bridal train. How is it?
Yeah, whatever.
So the groomsmen
sometimes I call
and
them,
the bridesmaid.
Yeah, I call them groomswomen and bridesmen. I don't know. I just usually mix it up. The one that comes to mind at that time, it works. So long as the message is passed through, then that's great.
You know, couples selecting their bridesmaid and groomsmen tend to be like, we are bringing people with whom we are celebrating our wedding, our magical moment together. And these people do not know what they are supposed to do. They think it's just to come, sit behind the couples, carry their flowers or their dresses and just come and sit and eat. At that particular night, they have to ensure that everything runs smooth. We call them, in my own words, I say they are the boy and the girl of the couples. But most of them do not understand. So get people who understand what they ought to do, their contribution for that particular event to make it perfect. But one thing I'm very certain about is that many couples and many event organizers will tend to blame the MC if things did not work out the way they want, because they think the MC is a magician, because everything is entrusted on the MC. Yes, it's true. But what if the MC has to announce the entrance of the couples, and trust me, the person who is supposed to make way for the couples to enter the hall has not done anything. The DJ has not gotten the music ready. So the light technician who is supposed to control the lighting in the hall is not following up.
So would you say is it the role of the MC to take care of all those things to make sure that everything is ready to go before he announces that something is ready to go? Or whose role is that exactly?
It is the role of the event organizer.
Right, the event
to
planner,
make sure that everything is on point. Because I witnessed a moment where, as an MC, when I go with sometimes I work out the program for the night with the event organizers. We take it to the couples, they validate, and I'm sure I ask the event organizer, is everything set? Yes, because at a point, I will not be walking to the event organizer, are we ready to do this now? No. I already know, okay, everything is there. Time. Punctuality, they say, is the key. Punctuality, they say, is the soul of business as well as the politeness of prince. So we ought to be punctual. So when you give me something on a list and you say this is supposed to happen at 8:45, you need not to remind me that it ought to happen at 8:45. It's already there. So at 8:45, I'm announcing it. Now, if I look at the atmosphere, it's not good enough. I have to lure the people into the event, try to gain some time, try with communicating that with the event organizer, because I might be intruding into the event, into the plan of the event. So before I do that, I need to alert the event organizer, so she knows or he knows that, okay, I'm shifting by 5 minutes because things are like this.
We don't really face those type of problems because we are always hand in hand. We work hand in hand with with say the event organizer or the event planner in this case, and just make sure that everything is the program. We kind of have the program at the forefront of our head, and also we are always anticipating. So we are always anticipating, and since we have done this a lot and so many times, when we already see things moving in a certain way, we already know that this is probably the next thing which is going to happen, and we already position ourselves to know how to go with it. Because I can tell you there were some times when we went out to work with, we get to the reception, and before we are still putting our things and trying to get things, and we just hear the MCs already announcing, oh, the entrance of the couple, and you find us running up and down in order to, like, guy, my man, and that is even before we have even seen the MC. We just see the MC comes out from nowhere, and it's like, this is what is happening right now, and we are like, everything is just upside down, nobody is ready, everything is just going, and then
that's a very important aspect. MCs ought to be very flexible, know what to do at every point in time, because some couples are not only terrible but horrible. Mm-hmm. At one point they'll give you a program and you'll be like, okay, this is on the program, and as you're announcing, they say, no, don't put that on the program, and you don't have a choice. You have to remove it immediately. Even if you've announced it, you have to go back to undo what you've done, even if it was on the program. Now we are doing that because it is their night, and everything that happens on that night is supposed to be in accord to their wish. So we give them what they want. And at a point in time, there was this wedding I was emceeing, and the sisters of the groom came up with something they want to do. They came to me. I said, okay, since they are family, let me just announce them. Trust me, when I announced them, after 2 minutes, the bride called me and said, send them away. I had no choice to cut their performance short and call the next. I learn what it means or what it takes to be a good MC. Every day and night, I study. I do not only study, I watch some of my colleagues, see where they are actually lapping and juggling with. I try to get the correction in me so that I do not make such mistakes. And before I get into or into an event, I make sure I revise about the event. What exactly is expected of me? Because if you have 10 weddings, all those 10 will not expect the same thing.
Yeah.
They have different settings. Trust me, different settings. And once you're going into different towns, expect different things. So you need to get yourself accustomed to those things. That's where my flexibility sets in. My easy adapting to situations sets in. My sense of organization, because everybody wants to work with someone who they can trust, can organize things, put things together.
Yeah.
Where they are lapping, where they are falling, you can tell them, okay, this is not how we have to do it. Let's bring it like this. I think you want the cake to come in at this particular moment. I think the cake can come in at this moment because after this, we have this other event that is coming up. So you give them reason to do things. Let them see how important and how instrumental you are. People want to work with friends, not actually employees. So make yourself a friend, not like, you are employing me, right? I shouldn't just come and be like, I got employed, so everything they want me to do, I'll just do. Now make yourself a friend to the person. Okay, what do you think about this? Let's discuss it out. Now they begin to be seeing you different. They begin to be trusting you more. So give people the reason to trust you. So I always collaborate with my people, everyone who is actually bringing me into an event. I don't care what the event all about. Be it a conference, be it seminar, be it a birthday, be it any event. I take it like my event.
And when you even talk about punctuality, I can attest to that because we're supposed to shoot this at 11. I came at 10:30.
Because
and I've not even finished setting up. So at least I can attest to that. And for a few other times that we have kind of met, say on set or on places like that together, for some reason, he's usually the first on set and the last to leave somehow.
that is how the business is supposed to be. Make yourself stand out in everything you do. Yeah, we all are professional in the game, but if you want to win the trust of the people you work with, you must show them how and teach them how to get things done, not just within your scope of duty, within your periphery of work. No.
Right. But I guess that's a very important thing to think about, being early. I think I even had a lot of jobs that I've actually had just because I was on time or just because my assistants were on time. There are a lot of places where you're able to enter and you want to get. There are a lot of places where you can enter just because you're on time and things like that, and being professional. And yeah, and even talking of professionalism and being always on the trends, getting to know what is happening and getting to know the new things we should be watching out for. But for in the industry, especially for the wedding MC space, are there like some trends that maybe some of our brides need to get on, or are there some new trends which are probably very good for their weddings these days?
Yeah, there are many new things that people ought to watch out for. I wouldn't want to say them particularly because not everybody loves the same thing and not everybody wants to go with the trend. Yes, not everybody. So some people have they have their own mentality of how they want their event to look like. That is why when I talk with someone, I first ask them the question, what is your idea about your wedding? How do you want your night to look like? Now they'll be like, long time ago, my uncle had a wedding. This was like this. It was like, I just want a replica of that wedding. And I'll be like, really? Yes. I say, okay, it's you. That's what you want. So let's give it to you. What are the things that your uncle did? And we discuss it. So at a point in time, I always want to hear the couples talk about the idea they've been nurturing all through their life about their wedding night. So from there, I pick it up, spice it up, and try to give it to them as an MC. You know, I did a wedding in Fumbot. Now I was like, I have this normal style where the couples, they all dance, the couple will dance, and everybody will come like, okay, the bride is dancing and the groom, they'll put money in a plate that is in front of the bride, and the groom, so at the end of it, will count and say, okay, who danced more than the other. So I did that night. It was good. The couples were happy. But when, at the moment they sat down, they called me. The man called and said, the groom called, Chana, please, we know they do fundraising for you. I beg you for God's name. Anything we concern money, keep them for one side. When I came back, I was like, yes, sir. Now we moved on. Cutting of the cake. No, somebody wanted to give money. I said, no. Let's enjoy. Let's have fun. Popping of a champagne. I want to. No, everything was enjoy yourself. We don't need your money. It was only during gift. The guy, trust me, the guy almost refused to receive gifts. And I was like, it cannot be done. You must. And he spoke to the wife and, baby, would leave it. The wife said, no, we must.
I'm whatever you worry them.
The guy, no bush for no. Too much money. No bush for. So in the beginning, no problem. But we rent the whole hotel for the wedding, every room and everything for 2 nights, and I was like, okay, good. So it was okay. And so when you do not understand the couples, you fall into such problems. That's why I start by discussing with the couples to know their idea, what they want, because everything is in their head. You have to bring it out.
Yeah, and funny enough, I think there are so many of our weddings which have turned into fundraising opportunities. Everything is a fundraising opportunity.
And that's
and I think sometimes it's fun, right? It's fun at the beginning. And then some people really, I don't know whether it's the MC who does it or it is the couple who is insisting about it. They really take it to the extreme. Like I was just talking about the champagne thing. Yeah. And there are some people who are sitting and they're not expecting to be called up to do popping of the champagne, and then they just kind of pick them out of
the blues.
And they're asking them and they're telling them that they have to and sometimes it's like you need to show what you have actually put on. I'm like, come on, guys. And it makes people to be like, okay, I'll send Momo. Announce to everybody.
It is very frustrating.
That you will send Momo.
It is very frustrating. It is actually, such acts actually put the audience away from the event. Because everybody will be like, Ma just should have made it in your pass, Mojo. That's not how it's supposed to be. And I believe that MCs have got almost 80% of the right to put this event in a way that it would not actually be a nuisance in the night, or like be a nuisance to the event in general. Because when you look at it, you already, as an MC, you anticipate if the people are happy about it. Once you see the people are no longer happy about it, cut it short and then move into something. Bring life to the event. Even if it is all going well, but you need to know when to improvise, when to get it going.
No, I get that. All right, now for those who are kind of getting into the field, I'm sure you have, throughout your time as MC or events and weddings in general, you probably have met like guys who want to get into the thing, probably seen you do what you do, and they're like, I'm really hoping there's a way that I can do what you do. So guys who are getting into the thing, Naya. So what kind of advice or what kind of tips would you give to them for someone who is starting up?
Yeah, I've met a couple of guys who've actually been like, Chana, I want to be like you. And I just whisper to them, being like Chana is not a day's job. Can you pay the price? Yes, I can, okay. If you can pay the price, call me. I'll definitely give him like 4 days. I'll be like, they call me like maybe Wednesday. If the event is on Saturday, right? I'll tell them call me on Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. That's your first test. You want to be like me. I'll give you like 4 days or 5 days, and I give you precise time. If you do not do it, I strike you off.
Yeah, so does that mean you kind of mentor those who want to be like MCs or stuff?
Yeah, I have a class of people I'm actually mentoring. I'm teaching. Okay. Now I work with people that are very, very conscious of what they want. You know, when you're conscious of what you want, there is a degree of which you will sacrifice for it. Do not be pushed by the flares of what you see, by the beauty of what you see. Be pushed by the spirit and what you want to be, what you desire. So many of these young people are pushed by what they want to be, not what they're pushed by what they see. What they see, they feel like, hey, Chana is doing it well, I want to be like him. No.
So, but okay, right now you are teaching people to kind of be MCs and in all of this, but I don't know if we even spoke about how did you learn to do MC? Because I guess there's no real school for
there's no real school. This is what happened to me. As an actor, I've always been building my career. One thing about me is when I want to do something, I learn about it. I study, I research about it. So every day in my career, I'm researching on how to better everything I'm doing, every field I'm inside. So as an actor, I'll be like, okay, let me up my game. I need to learn how to talk. I need to learn how to build on my confidence. I need to learn how to be on my organization skills, everything. Now, at one point in time, I said, okay, let me move out of the box of just acting. What can I do? Let me try emceeing.
So it was kind of a natural progression.
Yes.
Or maybe a natural aside to your work as an actor.
Yes.
Okay.
So when I got into, I'd be like, okay, let me go to our university, the University of YouTube. So when I got to YouTube, I started researching about great MCs, what made them outstanding, the skills you required, you are asked of, you are in need of to be a very great MC. And the very first one I learned about was the ability to address people, your public speaking ability. You have to top it. That's the very first one. To be a very good MC, start there.
From public speaking?
Yes. Once you can manage that, now you have other things you add, which I will not actually tell you guys, but
I guess if you wanted to start doing it, that would be a whole video course, right?
a whole lot. But I encourage everyone not to be like, I like for be like the person. No like. It should be with the way you want be. Because if you know want be something, you know work.
Alright, but now, okay, so from acting, getting to MC. But let's talk a little bit about your acting. And how has that been going? When did you start acting? How did you even get into acting in the first place?
It's a very funny experience though. A very funny one, because I'd never thought in my whole life that I'll be an actor. When I was growing up, I knew I'll be a bank manager somewhere. No, not a bank manager, a soldier somewhere, a general one day. So when I got to Form 4, I said, okay, let me get into banking. I was interested in doing banking and finance when I was introduced into commerce.
Yeah.
So everything changed. But one thing that changed a lot of things around me was when I was in Form 3, when this group of girls wanted to do a drama in school, and they asked the guy who was supposed to do it. On that day, did not come. So they went to the discipline master and spoke with him. And he asked them, who do you think can replace that guy? They said Chana. They came to Chana. Chana refused. They went to the discipline master and said, Chana has refused. And then they met me and said, Chana. And that man, till date, I give him the respect of the identity of Chana as an actor. He said, Chana, I will give you 24 on your spinal cord if you don't report to my office immediately. That's how I did the drama, and it earned me the famous Pa Joshua name in the whole of Imperial Academy of Arts and Science in Pacifico. And I was in Form 3. 3 years later, a group of people were planning to do a film. And they said, Pa Joshua, when I go find that guy. By that same name, somebody called me and said, Pa Joshi. I said, yes, how are you? Fine. Come and meet us, so we have something for you. That was how I started. Then Ejimofo Charles, a great friend of mine in Tico, introduced me to that group of people. And that was how I got myself on the very first set that until date I've not watched what I did. But that which I did, that period, taught me a lot. Gave me another zeal to exploit something, to go in for great explore. So that's how I dived. And that cost me my advanced level a year later.
It cost you your advanced level?
Yeah, I wrote advanced level twice.
Oh boy.
Just because of filmmaking.
You know, things like that really explain the reason why some of our parents don't want to hear that you are doing movies or you are doing film, because they'll tell you you're leaving your studies to go and do film. That is that you have failed the GCE now.
And that's exactly how my mother reacted. She said, if nothing you want to do, tell me. My fine money say me go Nigeria, go do am for day. I said, Mami, no na so the worker. Leave me. And that's how I got into it. When I had my advanced level, I moved to Yaoundé. I got into SWA. I met a lot of people. Akime Leone, Fongu, Claudia, Dinganuela. We all had this rehearsal session every evening in SWA. That alone built me.
Yeah. Well, I guess SWA has always been like the melting pot for upcoming movie people or movie makers in Yaoundé, right?
Great actors generated from SWA.
Yeah. Huh. That's strange. But anyways, yeah. So I see that. So you have been acting for how long now?
I can say, let me do the maths. It should be like since 2010 that I have been into the field. But I think I started getting what I wanted by 2014 when I actually engaged fully into filmmaking.
So 2010 to 2014.
It's about, yeah.
2010 to 2014, that's like 14 years. That's 4 years, right?
That's 4 years.
Yeah, that's 4 years. In order to even start getting into the doors or into the places where you want to get to.
Yeah.
And then fast forward now to 2024, how has it been going?
10 years. And I feel like I'm not there yet. I'm still working, working really hard every day, every night.
Alright. Well, I was at the CRTV the other day for photography day, and Mr. Nkembe, the journalist, asked me a question which I guess I'm going to be asking everybody now. He asked me, he asked me if photography is bankable in Cameroon, and I'm going to ask you the same question: is filmmaking or is acting bankable in Cameroon? Because I think I've been among a few filmmakers, a few actors and actresses, and I usually tell them, or from the way that I see it, there's not a lot of money in I don't know how they manage sometimes to make it into a career without it making you the kind of money that is going to be able to sustain you. I could be wrong, that's why I'm asking you. So I'm usually like, you probably need to stand for something. You probably need to use that as a funnel to sell something, or to sell, say, your business, or to be offering services like an MC and stuff like that. And that is the kind of thing that actually gives you a certain value and a certain respectability in order to do something which is skillful, like, or other skills and services which are more relatable, like MCing or like some other, I don't know, like modeling or something like that. But so I ask you, that is just the way that I see it. So I ask you again, is acting bankable in Cameroon? Absolutely.
That question alone is very, very intriguing. It's and is something that I will not just say no, and I won't say yes. But now let me bring it to a very good and a perfect position. Entertainment in Cameroon is very, very, very bankable.
Okay.
Yeah, and filmmaking, which is just an aspect under entertainment, is very bankable. Okay. Now, acting, which is a part of filmmaking, is bankable. Maybe you should understand the differences I've made. Entertainment is very, very, very bankable. Filmmaking is very bankable. And acting is bankable. Now, there are many other things you have to put as an actor. Trust me, looking at the way the industry is, I'll tell everybody who is admiring all the actors they are seeing on screen every day that not all that glitters is gold. Yes, trust me. We have sacrificed so much to give you the comfort of watching us from the screen. And you don't know the pain we are going through. Now, to make it easy for us, I'll tell every actor, engage into something. Not like engage into anything, into something that can actually add more value to you, your personality as an actor. Now, when you invest in something that add value to your personality as an actor, your market value increases. But as an actor, you're not doing anything. Your market value drops because there's some additional values that come upon you when you are charged of other things. People in Cameroon say acting is the most irresponsible profession. But trust me, it is a very noble profession. But to sink into it, to invest into it, do not invest only in entertainment. Invest in filmmaking, you'll be greater. Invest in entertainment, you'll be very, very great. And above all, invest in yourself.
Right. So if there's this young actor and he was like looking for some sort of a blueprint to make his dream or to make his effort into acting bankable, what would that blueprint be, according to you? Give us a small summary. I'm sure it's a lot of things, but give us a small summary, maybe a few bullet points.
A few bullet points I'll definitely give, because I have like 7 people under my management so far.
Okay.
So I always tell them, acting will not make you rich.
Okay.
Acting will never make you rich. Acting will steal from you. A lot in this country, it will steal from you. Acting stole family time from me. Acting stole my advanced level the first year. Acting cost me 1 more year in SWA. Acting cost me a lot. It has stolen from me a lot. But I stayed consistent. Now, not only on that point, acting, on other things, filmmaking in general. To be able to be recognized as an actor, a filmmaker, to be able to be recognized as a director, these are other values you're adding when someone wants to call you as an actor. And now it is increasing your paycheck as an actor. Now, when you get a business you're doing, when you have your own business you're doing, I don't know what kind of business, but once you have a business you're doing, you start to see how your life reshapes into something very, very meaningful. It adds more value to you, more value to your personality. It takes away the vulnerability from you. Now, when you speak to people, they listen to you. When filmmakers and actors sit and talking, they recognize you, even if you have 2 films to your credit, because you've built your personality. You've built a personality that most of them can't measure to. It's all about profiling. How do you sell yourself? That will make your audience want to buy you expensively or cheap. So I believe that with the people I'm training, I'm always making sure that they don't make the same mistakes I made. I made a lot of mistakes, and I teach them every day. do like this, do like that. Don't do like this, because I've already crossed those bridges. I try as much as possible for them not to cross those bridges while swimming in the water. They should cross by walking on the bridge that I now, Chana, who walk past those situations, build for them. So you just have to be under the leadership of someone who actually knows the act of following. The act of following. Trust me, at one point in time, I had to follow, copy everything Jeff Epule was doing.
So he was like a mentor to you?
Yes, he has always been. Ever since I met him 2013, I've always been looking up to that guy. And Epule and Desmond White. I've always been looking up to those two. So along the line, I discovered people like Denzel Washington, like Mark Wahlberg, like Johnny Depp. These people all are part of me.
Alright. Or maybe another thing would be they should probably also learn high income paid skills like MC.
Yes, I teach them, please. My days are coming to an end. I need people who will sit in my shoes. Because it is high time people ought to realize the aspect of grooming up new talents to replace them. Because you will be replaced one day.
Sure.
So let somebody that you know you brought into the game replace you. It gives you more respect, and the person respects you more than somebody that you know nothing about takes your spot, and you be like, you cannot even say a word in front of the person. Look, you know, teach me to how to do am, no talk for me. You've lost it all. So that's my idea. Bring up the youth strongly. Teach them your values. Teach them what and who you are. So tomorrow when you sit on your retirement chair and you're watching them, you have the confidence that they are doing exactly what you want.
Right.
Yes.
Now, but let's get back a little bit into all these weddings. As I was earlier saying, maybe actors, and I'm sure actors will even be really well placed to actually get into the MCing game. When you do acting, I think one of the things that gives actors that edge is that acting and being on screen as a public figure like that already gives you the credibility. It already gives you the kind of exposure that you need in order for people to have that kind of confidence in you, to that X factor, so to speak, for being in say a wedding or for emceeing an event. I'm sure it is going to be very cool for any event organizer to be like, oh, this popular actor is going to be the one emceeing my event.
That's it.
Which I think it's a huge plus, and they'll probably want to pay you a lot of money. Come and spend the whole night with them. Imagine it's almost like having Petit Pays spend the whole night with you, and he's the one who you guys are going back and forth. You have his number, you people are going back and forth.
That is the point. That's why I always tell my children, my people, I call them my army, my soldiers, that you take credit for building yourself up in a field and make money with that same credit from another field.
Yeah.
Me as an actor, when you want to hire me as an MC, you don't just look at, I'm hiring Chana as an MC. You say, hey, an actor, that too. Already, the price is up. So, one of the greatest, I just feel like, is to empower them at every corner and make them to be recognized in everything they do.
Now let's bring it back to pricing. So how much would you say it is going to cost for someone who is planning their wedding, for example, to get Chana as their MC? I know it's a very difficult subject to talk about because money things like that.
Yes.
Who you're asking for, so.
Money issues are very, very complicated, and they are also complicated. So I prefer not to talk about pricing on air, but the truth is, everyone can actually
give us at least a range. Or give us at least our minimum. Let's say from how much.
It all depends on where the wedding is taking place. I'm based in Yaoundé. Yeah, you won't pay me same like somebody. Yaoundé people won't pay me same like somebody who is hiring me all the way from Boya or from Bamenda, Douala, or even Nigeria or Ghana. So it probably depends on where the job is to be carried out.
Okay. Well, I guess if it is out of Yaoundé, they need to take care of your lodging, they need to take care of your feeding, your transportation.
Yeah, so I bill you with respect to everything. Before I get to send my invoice, I definitely take everything into consideration.
All right. So when someone gets to you, right, or how do most people even get to you for their events?
Now, some people get to me through recommendations. Some people get to me through my Facebook page, Chana Brazil, which actually carries a WhatsApp button. Once you click it, it links you directly to my business WhatsApp.
Okay. So now, that's most way that I get to you. So what is usually the process from getting to you and to maybe to the delivery of the service? How does that?
I actually get into session of conversation with the couples, with the person who is getting to me. Sometimes I break the line. If it's a third person getting to me, I actually will break it to get to the couple, because there are things I've witnessed in this particular field. People sell you something else and the couples are expecting something else.
Yeah.
So to be able to give the couples just their perfect vision for the night, I have to talk with them. Not once, not twice, but I leave the moment with them till the night comes to an end.
All right, so you get in contact, constant communication, and then pricing. You probably give your price. And how does the payment usually go? Do they have to pay all in advance, or how does that? How do you manage that?
It's all about the confidence of the people I'm working with. But trust me, I always take 50% upfront before displacement, and once I'm where I'm supposed to be, a completion is received before I do the job.
Okay. Well, I guess that is fair, right?
It's fair enough, because sometimes it's complicated getting anything to do with the couples after, or the event organizer after the event, because they get busy and charged with other things.
Yeah. Even before the wedding, the couple is super busy with maybe the planning for those who are planning the wedding themselves. They're probably super busy with the planning and everything. So
Yeah.
I think because that's something I do as well. We get 50% upfront. Actually, I even get 75% upfront, but it's 50% to reserve the date.
Yes.
So that we all know that we are going to be there on that day.
Yeah, that's what I do. But with people that 80% of the people I work with, they always be like, Chana, we'll just give you your money now. Come on, 100%. Like 20% will probably be like, okay, let's go 50%, because they are still like, they don't trust. Trust is an issue.
Well, I even just actually for our company, 50% is just like a policy. It's like 50%. We need to reserve the date, because actually we have had a situation where and that was a long time ago, before we were like very staunch on that, where we got hired for a wedding. and we did not receive an advance or anything, and we're all good. Everybody was like, oh yeah, we'll see you on that day, and blah, blah, blah. And then we got there on the day, and we saw other photographers, and then we asked the couple, what is this? And then we forgot to tell you, we found someone else. I was like, what? It's not even we found someone. It was like, no, we had this our family member who decided to offer it for us, and so that is what he's doing. So, and we will not be able to use it again. I was like, wait. So with every other person that was probably calling me to schedule that date for it, I was like, no, I'm already busy on that day. So when you do that financial investment into, we all know that we are going to be present on that day, and there's no ambiguity about that.
That has happened to me once. Since that day, I said, no 50%, nothing. Can you imagine? I just trusted them and said, okay, Chana, this event is happening in Douala. Okay, everything was like, okay, all right, no problem. How much? It was like, I was like, okay, we're good. The day I'm traveling, everything is okay. Because in our agreement, to take care of myself. Everything I know where I'm gonna stay. They already reserved it. I'll pay upon arrival. Everything was okay. I got there. Hello, what's up? Hey, are you in town? Yes. Where? That pikin not tell you say me no come again. Where? Why not maybe call Chana tell you say me no come again? Why not be tell you say the other man don't already come? That's how the conversation ended. The person was talking to somebody else and dropped the call without even telling me that, please, we are sorry. So I was like, hey, I had to sleep in the hotel that night, look for whiskey, drank, called some of my friends around town, enjoyed myself, and I kicked off the next day. Now, 2 days later, a call came in. Chana, we are very sorry for the inconveniences we caused you. We know you were at this hotel this day, everything. They actually did their research. They researched about it, and they came to a point that I was there. I was in Douala. They said, okay, we'll cover for your expenses. We are very sorry for the inconvenience. I said, no need. They said, no, we'll cover for it. And actually, at the end of the day, I smiled because they actually took care of my every expenses.
At least I think they recognized that it was an honest error.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, clients will just ghost you. And just like, even when you guys have that agreement down.
That is why I always want to build my relationship with the people I'm working with.
Yeah.
Because when you have a relationship with them, there is that respect, and everybody takes the responsibility or the responsibility of what they feel to do. But if you just be professional, like you want to always be you actually let go of many things because you always want to be professional. You know the system now. It's rigged.
Yeah. That's all good. Any other thing? Now before we close up with this, I don't know if it has been long, but it is because of the so many cuts and the much kata that has been disturbing it. So any last words? Maybe finish by telling the people how they can get to you and where they can get to you.
All right. I believe that event hosting is not an easy thing, though seemingly it looks easy. It's something that has to do with many things put together. So I'll tell everyone who is actually admiring the job of an MC and want to be MC themselves, I'll say, please learn about it, study about it, research about it, and build yourself for it. They say proper preparation prevents poor performance. So if you want to excel in anything you're doing, you ought to prepare yourself, because once you meet the opportunity, you have to hit it and hit it really hard, just like I took mine. So I am telling this to everyone out there that is actually admiring me as an actor, as an MC, as a director, as a marketer, that it is not just the Chana you see. It is you don't know my scars. I just want you to understand that everything Chana is covered. My scars are just inside. And to be like me, it's difficult without working with me. So if you want to know anything about me, you want to work with me, ask. My lines are very much open, professional line to be precise. You always go to my Facebook page, Chana Brazil, and you click on the WhatsApp button. You'll meet a number there, 620 7871 36. That's my business line, open for anyone who has questions, who've got contract for me.
Right. So get to Chana, hit her, get to him on WhatsApp, get to him on Facebook. But when you were just saying this, you said something about get to him professionally, and it just came to me.
Yeah.
You do not have a wedding ring on. You don't have a wedding ring on.
Yeah.
And to my knowledge, I don't know if there's a woman in your life, so who knows, there might be some Shirikoko who is out there looking for her husband, and she might just be seeing her husband on screen right now. So are we going to be breaking those hearts?
Yeah, definitely. It's not going to be far from now. Many hearts not only going to be broken, but will be shattered. Because Chana Brazil is not wearing a wedding ring. It does not mean Chana Brazil is open for a relationship. No, I'm not. I'm a very close principle to someone. I'm not open for a relationship. So even though I'm single, but I'm not open for a relationship, I'm very much okay with what I've got.
He's still playing.
Yeah. As long as a man is not married, the man is single. As long, whether you have a very strong relationship or you have a relationship that is close to marriage, you're single. Because when you have to fill some official papers, you put single. So I'm Chana, I'm single, but I'm not searching because there is someone in my life already.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, good for that someone.
And that person might be the person that is wanting to come in.
All this crypticness is giving me a headache. All right, thank you guys very much for kicking it with us. And it would have been somewhere, but you are here with us. So don't forget to subscribe to the page. And thank you very much for coming. I'm sure. I hope you like the show.
I enjoy every moment. I'm enjoying myself here, right now, right there. Because it's all about you, chap.
Understand. Anyways, thank you very much. See you next time. Subscribe to the page and all of that. Like the post, share the thing, whatever. Bye bye. Next time.